Okay. Let's see if people are here or if people are coming. I'm gonna type something to say welcome. Say something. Welcome. One person is there. 14 people. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Wow. Yes, 31 people. Nice. Guys. I have a special guest in the house. Hello. Hi, we're saying hello. Guys, it took me 3 years. 3 years to get my husband to sit down today so that we can talk about love, marriage, relationships, and control. Yes, so it's better to hear from the horse's mouth. Hi, hon.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Yes, like I said, 3 years of waiting. You guys must have seen me doing vlogs. Sometimes I get him on how do I say that? Like I took him unawares and I show him in my videos. But today, he willingly, yesterday, I begged, I was almost on my knees. I said, please do this if you love me. So he agreed to be here today. And we will answer most of your questions. So can you tell the viewers how long you have been married to your most amazing Kartia Velino?
How long?
How many years?
Since 1994. That will make it 25 years.
We have been married for 25 years.
But has been together for 29.
29. So we have been on this journey for almost 30 years.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for making me your life partner.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sure that you are happy to have me as your life partner as well.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yes.
So I know that the viewers are here and they're listening and they're willing. Some of them are here to learn a lot. Can you share with this audience the secret to your long-lasting relationship?
Wow. For me, I think marriage is it's two-dimensional. First one is you must know what it is that you're looking for out of marriage. And the second one is for every successful marriage, respect is the key. I think most people get it wrong. For me, as far as I'm concerned, most people get it wrong. Most people always say love. No, it is not all about love. Yeah, love gotta be there, but respect for oneself, respect for your time, respect for your partner, respect for your partner's space on the line, lane on the line. So you gotta stay within your lane and let your partner stay within their lane. And pretty much that's it.
You got me here when you say lane, staying within your lane, because in this title here, I said something about controlling. And I think that when you mention staying in your lane, I think that controlling, because so many people have the notion that African women, let me take it down to Nigerian men, most especially Igbo men, that they are over controlling or they control their significant other, their wives, a lot. What do you have to say in terms of controlling? Because I personally know some people who, like you said, letting your partner be in their space. And there's something you have told me in the past. You told me that I am who I am and you are who you are. And you are not in this world to live my life for me. And I am not in this world either to live your own life for you.
Absolutely.
So how do you differentiate that space? Because it's very vague. A lot of people might not understand what space or how you are implying this whole thing.
Okay. First of all, I'll go back to what's the reason why you're getting married in the first place. If you know why you're getting married, some people get married because they're lonely. Some people get married because they need a life partnership. Some people get married because people make them get married. They just want to get married because everybody is getting married. Now, it comes with time. You mature. When you get to a certain age or certain stage in that relationship, you begin to redefine who you are and what you want out of it. And by space, I mean you can never. I do not subscribe to the notion that people change. I can't change for you. I've never changed for you. No. I have adapted to knowing that this is who you are and understanding that there is nothing I can do about it. There are two options there. Is either I live with it or I don't live with it. I chose to live with who you are and how you are as a person. Therefore, what that does for me, or what that did for me, was to have a better understanding of what I'm dealing with and then create a system or a mechanism that can make me adapt to it. You can also look at it from this angle. Again, like I said before, a whole lot of people talk about love. Yeah, love is important, but love is not all it. And I'll tell you why. I am very sure that you, my wife, there are some days that you wake up, you just don't want to see my face.
Of course.
Absolutely.
I need my space.
It does not mean that you don't love me or you love me any less. There are some days that I can't stand you. That's naked truth. It doesn't mean that I love you any less. But as for this day, I just want to be left alone. I just want to be. That's why I'm human. So if it's all about love, and on those days that I don't want to see anybody, I don't want to see even my wife. My wife is thinking, oh, he loves me less. No. It's just that I want to be me. I want to be left alone. I want to do my own thing. It can be an hour. It can be for 2 days. It can be for a day. It can be for whenever. Now, in that moment, if the respect, like I've always said, respect is there, you respect your space, respect my space. You said, okay, you want to be like that? Fine, be like that. And you find out that in little or no time, the same person will turn around because it comes and go. So love is good. Love is important in marriage, but love is just an equal part of it. It is not all. Now, moving forward to your question about control. You mentioned that Nigerian men or Igbo men are controlling. Again, I for one do not like to generalize. I don't like to put everybody in one basket. I always say that you is about you and who you are. And if you're comfortable with yourself, if you're happy with yourself, you don't need anybody to validate you. You don't need anybody to be controlled. You are comfortable. See, in my marriage, there's an unwritten rules, which will surprise most of you. My wife has her moments, has her powers, the powers in which I willingly gave her those powers. And I do not interfere with those powers when she starts exercising those powers because I gave that power to her. Equally, she knows there are some areas in the relationship vis-a-vis the family as a whole that she cannot mess with as far as I'm concerned. So it comes back to the first part of it, staying in her lane. This is her lane. She stays in it. My lane, I stay in my lane. Something that will interest some of you, finance. Finance. For over, as a matter of fact, surprise, for 29 years, I do not have a bank account that has my name on it. Surprise? No. She is the finance minister. She is the controller of money. Whatever money that comes in goes to her. I don't bother. Most people will tell you, oh, how can you do that? What about tomorrow if she leaves you? I can't live like that. I cannot live thinking about what will happen tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. I live for the moment. I live for today. So, and giving her all that money, all this money or everything finance for her to keep is because I have trust in her. She has been tested and proven. So don't go running to your husband or to your spouse and say, oh, look at her. She has all the money. She's controlling the money. her husband never had a bank account. You have to prove yourself. Over time, she proved herself that she can handle it. She proved herself that she cannot have money and go crazy with it. So that's just to highlight what I said about knowing where your position is and the powers that you have. Powers, if you're comfortable with who you are, you don't need to control anybody. You don't want anybody that you. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't want it any other way. God forbid, if anything happens tomorrow, and I'm to choose another wife, I'll choose the same wife because you know why? No. I'll choose the same wife because that she has never abused those powers, or some people can call it privilege. She has never abused it. And for me, I think I am very comfortable with who I am. So I do not need anybody to control. So are so many other men out there. So when we go out telling people Nigerian men, Igbo men control, it's a misrepresentation of what things, in my own opinion. I think what it is some people lack that self-confidence, self-understanding of who they are, and they want somebody that they can hold on to and say, do this, do that, do that. That's it.
Yes, I love that. There's something like when you talk about finance, there's something one day, I think it was about 5 years ago. I have been a nurse for 20 years. This gentleman here, my husband, doesn't know how much I earn. Even though I'm a part-time, like casual, 2 times a week, just still keeping up my license, right? So one day we were talking, he called me, he said, oh my God, I heard that nurses make that amount of money. I said, yes, they do. He goes, interesting. That was the end of that conversation. We never talked about that again. Anyway, fast forward. Now, like you said that people or men who are controlling or over-controlling, that you personally sitting here, you don't want to like stereotype to say that all Nigerian men, all Igbo men. But what word will you have? Although even though that you have said it before, give me one word that you want to give to a Nigerian man or a guy out there who is controlling the wife, choosing the friends, telling them what to do, telling them what not to do. And also, again, it's like I'm having so much questions at the same time, but it will be easier so that I'll give you time to talk. You know, I am in a reality television, right? Reality show. So many men don't find it deemed or comfortable for their wives to be doing something like that. When I say so many men, African men, Nigerian men, how do you see something like that?
Yeah. Again, it comes back to the very essence and basis of marriage. And partnering, whoever you're partnering with. If you're partnering with somebody, you gotta know them. For me, like I said before, I'm comfortable with who I am. You are you. You do you, I do me. The things we have in common is the friendship that we share, because we were friends before we got married. We were partners before we got married. We were family before we got married. All of them is what made us got married in the first place. Now, that you're doing your own reality TV or whatever it is,
social
media. I am not a social media guy. In fact, I don't take pictures. I rarely take pictures.
Sorry, guys. Sorry to cut you guys. Like the video that I posted yesterday, I said that my husband is very private, but unfortunately, he is married to me. I bring out some of, I bring him out more, but we still have that secured or safe area where we still want to keep private, but he's more private than I am. But unfortunately, he is married to Kartia Velino. So I pulled him out here so that you guys can really see him and hear from him, right? So fast forward again.
Well, so you do you as per who you are, and I do me. I'm very comfortable with who I am, and that whatever is work, as far as I'm concerned, that is work. It's a job for you, and whatever is like somebody being a doctor, somebody being a nurse, somebody being an engineer, when you do your work at home, as long as you come home, put off your Kartia Velino hat, put on my wife's hat or mom's hat for our children, I don't have a problem with it. Where the problem comes in, if we're not able to differentiate between the reality TV show that you're doing and your real life at home. And that's where most people have a problem. But for you, it's working out for you because you've been able to juggle both and understand that this is who you are when you're in the public or public space. And at home, this is who you are. And for me, it's my comfort zone also, that I know that whatever you do out there is work for you. When you come home, you're mine. That's in a good way. I don't own you.
You don't own me. Thank you so much, because there's a lot of people out there. They think that, okay, they're married, so the entire wife, the package becomes or belongs to the husband. And I will tell you, I'm sitting here today to tell you that I am one of those blessed people out there. And also, how do you see when people, because some people, some African people, some Nigerian people, because you have let me be who I am, they look at you as being weak, as not like squeezing your wife under the why do you let her be on social media? Why do you let her do this and this and that? Sometimes people take it like being weak, and it's very honest. That's Nigerian people. That's who we are.
I think again, weakness comes with when you think that the fact that you control somebody makes you powerful. That shows your weakness in the first place.
It shows that.
It shows you that you're weak.
Can you say that again, please?
If you have to control somebody to feel powerful, you're weak. You don't need to control anybody to weak. If you're, strength is on the inside, and for me, I said that before. I do not want anybody that I will control. I want you to have a healthy relationship. Is a relationship that you almost. I use the word almost equal partner. It's almost. Because if you start up a company today and do that company 50-50, that company may not last. It may not survive. But somebody has to have 51, somebody have 49. So in a crunch moment, the 51 will now override the 49. For marriage, it can be either way. It can be the wife that has the 51. It can be the husband that has 50. But for me, coming back to me, I am very comfortable with who I am. I do not need anybody. And for other men out there, you do not need anybody to control, to feel strong. Inside you, if you're really strong, that's even the more, what's the word I'm looking for? It is even more reason why you have to empower your wife, because it's all about empowering. My wife is doing what she's doing because I allowed her. I let her do what she's doing. There's a space created for her to do what she's doing. If by tomorrow I decide I may not be able to say don't stop, but I will frustrate her. There are things I'll put in place, measures to control it, and she'll get frustrated and she will stop. But for me, why? This is passion for her. This is what she loves to do. And if truly you love somebody, you must let that person be who they are. The last thing you want is your wife or your spouse be another person when you're there. When you turn your back, is a totally different thing. No, I'd rather you be who you are 24 hours a day. I don't have any problem. So that tomorrow, if I'm not there, I will know that you'll still be who you are when you're with me.
Thank you so much. I'm going to read out some comments here. Nigerian men will know that. Oh, Pama's Beauty. Thank you so much. England, Charity. Thank you. Wow, so true. Correct talk. Great talk. You allow your wife to breathe. That's why she looks so young every day. Wow, Pama's Beauty. Thank you so much. Well done, sir. Somebody say, what's this? 40 people watching and only how many likes? Oh, that's okay. Doesn't matter. True talk. So, guys, I think we have. Does anybody have question here? We'd like to take one or two questions before we say one or two things. And somebody say, what's that? True is husband. This is husband. Oh yes. Thank you so much. And what else? Somebody else put up something there. So guys, like I said, you guys don't have much questions. It was just comments and stuff like that. So if you're joining now, even if you're already on the line, remember to click on the red button, share, subscribe to this channel, and also click the share button so that you can share this video. Yeah, so when you are in a healthy relationship, because some people create stress by themselves by trying to watch what their husband or wife, like mostly like we said in the beginning, creating stress, watching what your wife is doing out there. Social media is out there. Overbearing, is that the word? Thinking, okay, she's taking too much pictures, she's doing this. I will tell you guys something I told my friend this morning. I said my husband right here, most of the time, like 90% of the time, maybe when I dress up and think that I'm showing some flesh, he will look at me and say, you know what? Is that what you want to wear? I said, yes. He said, if that makes you comfortable, go for it. He's not like, but I know that I have to dress presentable. You know what I mean? Like some people will come and say, oh, you're a married woman, you're this, you're that. Why are you? For crying out loud, most of those women, they have husbands at home.
Well,
and their husbands have eyes.
Can I also say something here? You know, when people you throw that word around, you're married, you're married, you're married, sometimes it makes me feel like you're sending a message that marriage is a wrong thing. You're like this when you're married. When I married you, you're like this. What in the world do I want you to change from who you were to a different person because there's a title?
Marriage.
The title marriage there. No, it's not. You are who you are and you continue to be who you are. But because you're advancing in age, there are certain things that you did when you're 21, you will not do when you're in your 40s. That's the bottom line. Secondly, because you've been through this journey for so long, when we first started, I remember when we first started, we argue. Because when people see you, they think their marriage is somebody. I was advising some married couple the other day, and they were like, the guy was telling me, "Oh, she always argue with me." I said, "Okay, if you don't want somebody to argue with you, don't get married.
It's bound to happen.
Be alone.
Yeah.
If you don't want a woman to argue with you, just be alone. But if you must marry, your wife must argue with you. That's part of it. Your wife sometimes will occasionally give you trouble. That's part of it. The other part of marriage that people just take for granted is the fact that you don't go out of your way to let things go. You have to learn how to let things go. And letting things go doesn't necessarily mean, oh, it's gone. And then 2 years or 1 year or 6 months, you bring it all up again. If you let it go, it's gone, and you move on. Every day is a new day. And my motto for marriage is the same motto that I use when I do my business. And that is, every day, there is only one day. There's only one day. There's only one Tuesday. 24. There's only one Wednesday. So if today is gone, today is gone. Everything that happens today is gone with today. So tomorrow you enter a new phase, a new day. Anything that happens that tomorrow, at the end of that 24 hours cycle, that day is gone again. It's marriage for you. But if you always carry things over to next day, the other year, the year after that, it keep compiling and keep building up, and then it won't last. One more thing, one final thing. You were talking to me the other day. You said about advice. You asked me why. Question that you asked me was you continually had asked this question: why do I think marriages break up in this part of the world? You asked that question. So
yes.
I think it's three major reasons why marriages don't last here. Not that back home is almost like here. People feel that they're advanced. People feel they're enlightened. People feel that my happiness is all. When you decide to get married, it's no longer about you. I've always said that. It's no longer about you. We have three beautiful boys. And anybody that knows me knows that I will always tell you that I am responsible for four people in this world first. Four. I am responsible for four people. And I'm accountable to four people. So whatever I do, I'm accountable to them. And that is why sometimes, like I said in the beginning, sometimes I feel like, oh, this marriage. And then I realize, no, it's no longer about me now. There are other people involved. Because when you get married, two families do get married, not one family. And in that two families, two people has gotten married. And that's people, now you begin to have children. Those children that you had is also a consideration, whatever you're doing in that marriage. That's the other part of here, that the reason is, again, I spoke about it, finance. And that finance tends that women feel so liberated. Not that I have anything against it, but it can work for you and also work against you. Because you find out that somebody can be very submissive. If submissive, I won't get into that word submissive because a whole lot of men misconstrue that as that when a wife that is submissive must be bowing to you 24 hours a day for her to be submissive. No. Some people here, some women here, when they get to this part of the world and they work and they make money, they feel like, I'm making the money now. What else do I need a man for? You need a man. It's not even about money, marriage. It goes beyond it. The other reason why marriages break up here, that's the question, right? The other reason why I think marriages break up here is people get married for the wrong reason. A whole lot of people here get married for the wrong reason. Define what it is you want out of marriage. And know that in some cases, marriage is like a transaction. It's a transaction, it's a transaction. This person is bringing this to the table, another person is bringing this to the table, and then you go as you just go. There is no rule for marriage. You make up the rule as you go.
The environment.
There is no standard rules for marriage. The rules are made up as you go. And because it works for me, does not mean that the same rule or the same thing that I applied in my own time, in my own marriage, if you apply it in your own, it will work for you. But the most crucial thing is that be yourself. Allow your wife the space. Let her be who she is. And then know that people will talk.
I like that talking one.
No, it's very important that you know that people will have a whole lot of things to say about you and your wife and your marriage and your relationship.
Of course.
People say stuff. All you have to do is, as long as you know who you're married to, just zip it.
So how do you prevent people from coming to tell you some negative things about your wife or your husband? What are the things that you want to tell people out there? Because I think that sometimes when all this news flying and you give ears to all this gossip and negative things, they will keep coming. So how do you put the barrier so that people don't come and tell you your husband is this, your wife is this and this and that? So
you've already answered that. I mean, you asked a question and you answered it. If you give a listening ear, then more will come. If you don't, that's the end of it. It's very easy to have opinion about people. It's very easy to have opinion. Even more so, you have opinion about people that you don't know. Because you find out that people that knows you very well or too well, their opinion about you is always in line with who you are. They know you. It's always people that from afar see you, they think you're like this, they think you're like that. You see, this might come as a news to my wife, because one time she made a video. I was in Nigeria, and then I was looking at it. A friend of mine came in, And she doesn't believe that I watch her videos because I don't want her to know that I watch. Okay, so I was watching that movie. I was watching the video that she made. And somebody that knows her very well, knows her not very well, and said, your wife is flying in the air. You know what that means? I'm like, what do you mean by that? Said, how can you let her be? How can you let her? I said, why not? This is who she is. This is who I am. You go, oh boy. You know, that's with smug on his face. I'm like, whatever it is, see that person there? I know that person more than you. I've been with that person for close to 30 years. And there is nothing that person, that is my wife, this person will do today that I'll be like, whoa, that shocked me. She might do something, I'll be surprised. But if you go back, you will realize that she had shown traces of it before that. She must have done such a thing before. So for me, again, I think personal space, it's very important in marriage. I think understanding is very important. More importantly, more than love. Of course, you must love, but more than love, respect. You must respect. And if you respect your wife or respect, you can't give what you don't have. If you don't have respect for yourself, you can't respect somebody else.
Very true.
So I really think that you have to have self-respect before you get into it. Otherwise, it will be a waste of time.
I really, really applaud you. After 3 years, guys, he took over this channel. We are available for you guys for marriage, relationship. No, you. I am available for marriage counseling, but you have to go through the right channel, the right route. We're going to be grandparents soon. Can you imagine? Hopefully. Yes. Hopefully. We're not saying that our kids are married, but if we have a 25-year-old and we still look like this. The other day I posted
How do you look? You still look like this. How do you look?
Let me tell you something. The other day when you were cooking, I did a vlog and I posted. Somebody left a comment and say, Kartia, you grab yourself a young man or something like that. I just watched that, and that's what I mean by looking like this. We will see you and know that you have a 25-year-old son. And you know what? If it comes for you, take advantage. Don't wait. We started this journey almost 30 years ago, so you can imagine how old we were when we started this journey. And two of you has to make it work. It's not only from one angle, but like he said, respect and understanding. If you respect your spouse, your partner, and go with it, you will fly. I went to movie theater the other day with my son. Somebody thought that my son is my boyfriend or my husband. Hello?
Yeah,
yes.
It's possible.
It's possible. Yes. Mm-hmm. Even you, people think that you are your son and our first child, they are twins.
The last one even.
Even the last one. So guys, my last word for couple, for men, for women, be yourself, be who you are. Don't let the society take you to a different direction. Men,
be respectful of your wife.
Yes.
Allow your wife to grow.
Yes.
Because when while she's growing, you're growing.
Of course.
Also, redefine who you are. You may not change yourself, but you can redefine. Every day we redefine ourselves. We find our inner being, the reason why we're here. The reason why you're here may be to make one woman happy. And if that's what God made you for, and you do that well, that's it. So do not listen to what people say. Live your life for you and be healthy. Very important.
Okay, guys, we gotta go now. We're going for a barbecue. If you're in Toronto, I'm sure you're gonna catch us this evening, okay? Like, we're handbags. He's my handbag, and I am his own handbag too.
I have my wallet.
You have your wallet. The only places we don't go together is when Kartia Velino sits and rants, because you guys know that I can rant on my videos sometimes. He doesn't want to be a part of it. He doesn't want to be a part of any of my videos.
You may not even see me again.
are you telling them they might not see you again?
Yeah.
And I guarantee them that they might not see you every day, but as long as you are married to Kartia Velino, maybe once in a while. Once. I don't want to push so much.
Do I really have a choice?
Do you really have a choice? Yes, you have a choice where you tell me, put that camera down and let us eat at the restaurant. Then I respect myself. So, guys, leave your thoughts and comments down below. We love you guys from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to end it now. Are you sure you want to end? Yes. See?